Hi, welcome to Avi's Kosher Kitchen. I'm your chef and host, Avi. And before we start anything, let's say l'chaim. Because when you find out what this is for, trust me, you're going to need l'chaim. We've got a beautiful red sirah from our friends over at Tishbi. We're going to say Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Borei Pri HaGefen. Oh, very great Israeli wine. Now, you know what time of year it is. This is going to tell you it's Passover, Pesach time. That's right, matzah's coming out. All your chametz is going away. Remember that great Three Dog Night song? Eli's coming, right? We're going, Pesach's coming, hide your chametz. Okay, enough singing because that's about all of my singing that you could probably tolerate. And I've got a fantastic recipe for you. We are going to make these babies Lamb Shanks. Now these are courtesy of our great friends at Whole Foods. They are 100% pasture raised, grass fed, no antibiotic, hormone free, beautiful shanks of pure joy with meat that will not only melt in your mouth, but is really good for you. And of course it's Glatt Kosher and kosher for Pesach. So let's get started. I've got 4 shanks right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already prepped these 3. I'm going to prep the last one right here and show you what I do. I take my boning knife. A boning knife is a very small tapered blade. It's not only tapered from the base to the tip, it's also tapered in thickness from here to here. So you can really get in and do some really serious work with things. So what I'm going to do is take the lamb shank, just put a little bit of a hole in it, and I've got some fresh garlic, okay? This fresh garlic right here gets stuffed in. We take a nice clove, stuff it in, take another clove of it here, we're going to cut it in half, and we just find a little pocket. There we go, very nice. We create our little pockets in the seams of the meat, and we're going to stuff that garlic in. And what's going to happen, that garlic is going to melt right into the shank. Now, one disclaimer. When it comes to Passover, there are lots of different minhagim. Minhagim is a custom, lots of different customs, different things. Some people eat this, some people don't eat that. If you have any questions, consult your rabbi and let him tell you what's going to be good and what's not, okay? I'm going to take my shanks, put all of them on the board. Now these are already stuffed with my garlic, and you can see how easy that was. I've got some salt. This is some nice kosher salt. You want to drizzle right on top of this, turn the shanks over, and I'm going to tell you, a piece of garlic falls out, and you know what you do? You put it right back in. When you do your salt and you do your pepper, in fact, any of your seasonings, you want to do it high. It gives you a nice spread across the meat, okay? And you're going to get a lot more coverage and better coverage. A little cracked black pepper right on top. Look at this. Before we do the other side, I am taking a stove to oven pan, nice heavy duty, put it right on our burner. Gonna put a little bit of heat on that, about a medium heat we want. I've got some nice olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, right in the bottom. We want to get that nice and hot, okay? You can put a little bit extra because it's gonna just meld in there, cover the whole pan with that, okay? Flip our shanks. We're gonna get the rest of this covered with our pepper. You can see a couple of these garlic pieces fall out, just put them right back in. This is not rocket science, guys. This is cooking, okay? And you got to have some fun with it. So now we're going to take our shanks. They go right in. Okay? And you know what? I've got a little bit extra garlic here. Throw that in there. What the heck? I always say you can't have too much garlic. So we're going to let that really just, all we want to do is sear it, okay? This is a sear. And I'm serious about this, because if you let it cook too much, it's not going to taste what you want. You just want to get a glaze. If the cooking is going to be done in the oven, in a whole liquid deal, okay? So we're just going to get some brown on there. You really only need about a minute, minute and a half per side. Just want to kind of seal in the juices. You can see things are already starting to happen. Now while that's searing, I've got some carrots. These carrots are cut nice, thick, rustic, okay? You don't want to cut these too thin, they'll fall apart, okay? These carrots, we're going to put in the end. I've also got some spices. I've got some beautiful rosemary here, okay? I've got a little bit of fresh basil and some fresh mint. I'm going to show you what we do with that in just a moment. But first, shallots. Now, if you don't want to use garlic in this recipe, don't use garlic. I happen to love it, but if for whatever reason you say garlic's not for me, you can use the shallots. You can also use onions instead of shallots. I like shallots because they have a little bit more concentrated flavor, and besides, when you have a shallot, and you go to your table and you go, yes, there's shallots in there, people think you're really fancy. And you know, that's kind of a cool thing. So, oh, you can smell the lamb, the fat starting to render down out of this lamb now. Really, really nice. I'm just going to take the shallots, cut them in half. We'll throw a bunch in here, okay? Throw a few of these in there. That's it. I'm going to throw my carrots in. The carrots are going to become a nice vegetable to have with the lamb shank, okay? Now, see, this is really braising. I'm going to put in some wine. I've got some beautiful wine, courtesy of our friends from Heart and Spirits. This is the Kadesh Barnea. This is wine from Israel. Actually, the grapes on this wine are grown in the desert for negative reasons. Now, we're going to just put this wine in and, oh yeah. Slows down all of that braising right away, lower our heat, okay? Now you could use white wine with this too. If you're going to use some white wine, I'd suggest this from Tishbe, a Chenin Blanc. It's got a little bit of sweetness, but a little bit of bite to it, which is good. This is not a girly wine. It's a wine that everybody's going to enjoy. If you want to put a little white in there, you can, okay? I just like the wine, what it does. You can hear the sizzling has gone down, okay? I've turned my heat off. I'm going to add into this now my rosemary right on top. And now I'm going to set this aside. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to take our mint leaves. Now, mint leaves, we want to do a little bit of a chiffonade on this, okay, which is basically we kind of pile the leaves up and we roll them up like this. Now, anybody born after 1960, well, I'd say 1955, you guys should know how to do this like instinctively. Watch your fingers. Got mine. Okay, we're going to just roll them up. This mint is going to cook into those shanks. You know, everybody likes a little mint sauce with it. Well, this gives you that great mint flair, that mint flavor. Take a little bit more without having the mint sauce. And I could smell already this mint just really getting in there because there's a little bit of heat on the pan now. Now remember, I've stopped the cooking process. I didn't want to have this mint and these herbs going while I did the braising because I didn't want to burn them. I want them to really just gracefully get in, the flavor gracefully get in. I've got a little bit of basil. This is a nice sweet basil. I don't want to go too heavy on the basil, but it just puts another dimension right in. Put that in, just right on top. All our stragglers go in, okay. There we go. And you know, a little more wine because it can't hide. It might help too, okay? And that's it. Now we take our lid, put this right on top of the pot, and that's going to get happy in a 350-degree oven for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. You really want these lamb shanks to pick up all that flavor. You want all of that great cold foods meats to just melt together. You want it to just do that lamb shank dance because you're going to be dancing when you taste this meat. Your taste buds are going to be doing all this stuff, and you're going to be sitting at the Seder with your matzah, and you're going to be saying, oh, 8 days, we can't eat this, and this, and you're going to eat this, and you're going to go, who cares? This is great. This is what it's about. You know what I'm telling you? This is really, really good. And trust me, your guests are going to think you cooked for hours and hours and hours. And the truth is, 5 minutes to prepare, an hour and a half, 2 hours in the oven, and then you're going to be a hero. So let's go. In the oven. Look into my eyes. It is now 2.5 hours later. May not seem that way to you, but time has passed, and it is now the occasion to take out our lamb shanks. Beautiful, let's go. I have got them coming right here. Take a look at this, my friends. Wow, I have to tell you, oh, if you could smell this, the smell alone is enough to make you go when you see it, and when you taste it, it's going to be awesome. So we got our nice lamb here with our carrots, our shallots, our seasoning, our rosemary, our mint, our garlic that's in there. This is going to be great. So let me show you how we plate this up. This is going to be a nice serving plate. Take our shanks like this. Now they are literally falling off the bone. They're like butter. I'm telling you, they're butter. Okay? These lambs have lived a charmed life, and now you're going to eat that charmed life that they've lived and experience it, because I'm telling you, this Cold Foods 100% pasture raised lamb without the grain, it's just all wonderful grass fed. You just go, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. So we've got our carrots that come out here. Okay, we've got shallots, and we've got the wine that we put in here has really reduced down and been flavored by these vegetables. Really, really, really something. I'm going to put a little bit, let's see that in here, just a little bit of that right over the top. Now when you serve this, everybody takes their own shank, okay? And that's it. Really, really, really simple, okay? I'm going to put this over here. Put a little couple sprigs of our rosemary right across there. Maybe a couple little bits of mint leaves just to garnish it up. You know, whatever you want. And there we go. This is a beautiful, beautiful Pesach dish. You can eat it with these, or you can eat it with bread, but it's not Pesach. Whatever you want to do. But I got to tell you, this is going to be the culinary highlight of your Seder. Beautiful cooked lamb shanks in a wine sauce that just is going to fall off the bone. Okay, so till next time, I'm Avi. If you're watching this before Pesach or during Pesach, listen, I want to wish you a great holiday, a meaningful, meaningful Pesach. And if it's not Pesach, I want to wish you good eating. Well, good eating either way. At any rate, I also want to say, l'chaim.